Welcome back everyone, I'm Thomas Scotsman. Today we're here in Route 5-3 doing 4.4 slot challenge. But yeah, I finally got the 5 weapons. I did permadeath, draft pick, and I did the 50% toughness, which I did do a video on. Draft pick, I got very lucky, I barely was able to beat boss. Like, I kept being very close, like maybe 10k health from defeating it. And I tried so many times to beat it with the team. I kept moving around, I kept trying different items, kept everything, but thankfully I was able to do it. Now I did attempt to do the level 75 challenge. It did not end well, it did not go good. I have tried level 50 slot the 50 slot challenge. No luck. But a few days ago I was able to do the 8 slot challenge, so here it is. You just have to rely on some RNG for the draft one, unfortunately. I've not tried itemless. And yeah, I just wanted to show at least me complete another challenge this map before I start using the damp rock on a couple more maps. But I gotta say, last couple of challenges I've been doing have not been, I say it's a lot, but it's not been really fun. Like, I've been trying to beat some other maps, that's why there's been a lack of videos. Just because I'm better in the game as well, just like, I want to complete challenges and try and get, like, my goal is to do 2 challenge videos per map. But a lot of other challenge videos require stuff from other ones. So, or I just do 8 slot challenge and do like one of the other 2. But obviously if you do the 6 slot challenge, you get 2 weapons. And my end goal is just really to get all the items and Pokemon unlocked. Not to do 100% every single one, because I would not be able to do that. So this is probably going to be the last video for this route, at least. And if I do come across a setup that can beat the 6 slot, I might return to it, but at the moment this is going to be the last video on 5.3 before I move on to some of the other ones. How many have I done actually? I've only done, I think I've done 4.1 and 5.4 I've done videos for. Let's check. 4.4, 5.3, 8 slot challenge 4.2, so I've done 4.2, and I believe I've done 5.4 as well. I did the 6 slot challenge and 50% challenge. But all the toughest challenges are done. So if you're looking for help in some of them, they're on the channel. But I think some of them was recorded before the. Most of them were recorded in the 1.5.3 update. But in the 1.5.4, blasters got nerfed. So if I use a blaster to some of the challenges, it might be better trying something else instead of the blasters. But most of them should still work. Again, some of them are very RNG dependent, especially some of the bosses and some of the waves. In particular, there's a lot of micromanagement that's making sure you have to keep every single health. So yeah, are these teams going to work every first time all the way through? Probably not. My advice would just be, maybe even just to leave the team on all, and maybe leave it for like half an hour or an hour of that, and see if the team can just get you to the boss, for example. Hopefully, that's what I do sometimes. 2 times I've tried to record this challenge. Both times I accidentally left my computer running and it's got over to the boss, so I'm not being able to start from like level 75 or 80. I think for the 8 slot challenges, unless it's difficult, I'm going to simply start from wave 80. And most of these 8 slots, I don't have much difficulties getting to the 75 and 80 so far. Not been too much trouble. But yeah, I wanted to show off some of the waves before. I just didn't want to say like, okay, here's boss on 8 slots and how I beat it. I'm going to show off like some of the team in action as they beat the waves up to it. I do ramble a lot in these videos, but we are literally just watching Typhlosion. But I do love the Typhlosion. Typhlosion is one of my favourite new characters, and I'm looking forward to what else. I wonder if there's been an update today. It's been a couple of days since an update. I think they are working on some things for the next update. Updates? No. No updates. Updates. Update the 4.4 wave for 1.4. Update that. Yeah. Quick claws bugs apparently. I didn't know that. But yeah. I have got a couple of ideas for a couple teams that I want to build for the other maps I've not covered. But Pokepath content will be slowing down in the channel because I do want to try and get back to some of the other projects I was working on in the channel. And I think I've covered like a lot of the Pokepath. I know there's not that too many people that cover Pokepath on YouTube, and I'm thankful to that I've been able to help a lot of people with Pokepath. Because my original idea when I started Pokepath was just to do the waves and just call it a day, but then I started getting to the challenges and it helped a lot of people out, so I thought, you know what, we'll continue. Whenever there's an update, I'll try and go back and try and do most of the challenges if I can. And I think I've done pretty alright. But yeah, I'm going to try and make one more video on each of the routes, just to help the middle count either be on level 75 or the 8 or 6 slot challenges. Preferably 6 if I can do them. But if not, I'll do the 8. Then I'll do the permadeath challenge. Then if it's not too bad, I might do one of the 75 challenges. But usually when I do a 75 challenge, I'll try and make it as close as possible to my 50% team. But my 50% team on this one did not get very far on the 75 challenge, so that's a bit unfortunate. Which I was not happy about. I actually came and said, oh, this is going to be no bad. Tend it was very bad. 50% challenge, that's just madness at this point, I think. I think I did see they're going to be maybe reworking a couple of the bounties and all that for some of the challenges to make them a little bit easier, or at least more doable. I don't know. I'll just keep an eye on Discord every couple of days and see what's going on. That's definitely a place you want to go if you want good advice. I'm just a guy just recording this, is rambling on, finding stuff to talk about as we slowly get through the waves. And unfortunately, there's a lot of slow units on this wave, and they just get stuck in this blimmin' pile and just slowly die. If only Typhoon had a bit more range. But yeah, the egg you unlock here is Tatsuguri. That was the one I went to unlock to run Tatsuguri and Dindozo on some of the water maps. I think they're a really good combo, and with Damp Rock, it'll make Dindozo even better. So expect to see some Dindozos in some of the challenges. I think we've got... Yeah, we've got some water maps left. Yeah, we've all got the 7.4.2 and 5.3 and 5.4. We're probably going back to all the other routes, so 6 more routes to visit. And I'll try and unlock all the aims on all of them, hopefully. And then what I'll do is I'll probably leave the game on and do some shiny hunting, maybe some money making. And then I might make a video depending on some of my thoughts of the... Why is there something coming through my door this time? Bet it's like a menu to a restaurant or a Domino's. Usually a Domino's. But I do not eat Domino's. I wonder what it was. Can't be important. We'll see. I don't think my post is going to come at 7:30 tonight. Although, I wouldn't be surprised. I like it, it was so funny the other day. The post here usually arrives about maybe 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The day I was waiting for a parcel, it decides to arrive the post decides to arrive at 12 o'clock. And so I missed my parcel. So, fantastic. I do miss the days when the post would come like 11 o'clock, you'd like roughly knew when it was. But now it's just all over the place. I guess with busy deliveries and organising stuff, but still. It's a bit of a cheer, and probably where I'm located as well is probably affecting it, but at the same time it's like, that's so, so typical, eh? The one day I'll do it. Maybe knock on my door trying to get my attention, but I don't know. I think I've had 2 times in the last 2 weeks when I've been recording, somebody knock at the door and they just went to like, it's a bit power or charity or something like that, just something that is just like, oh come on, I'm trying to record here. I don't need people at my door doing like, hey, we're here to give you milk. Plus I had a bad experience with the milk company as well. I had someone come to my door and says, oh, we'll bring milk to your door, and I'm like, okay, that seems reasonable price. Turns out it didn't say anything but delivery, so it cost more than what was in the shops. And you also had some other things that went with it, and I was like, no, I don't want to cancel. And they're like, oh, to cancel you have the phone. It's like, I am not good on the phone. I can talk and yap on here for a good while, but see on the phone, I am just like, I just want this phone call to end. I am not a phone caller. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun here, and I have done it with other ones, but I'm just going to flip and just spin to it, just to could have done this as well. Spinner. Focus band. So tell we are going to give you, let's see if this works. I've not been able to beat. Then again, it's going pretty fast though. You know, that's a lot easier. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Slot challenge. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or if you've been able to beat the 6 slot challenge, let me know in the comments, and I might revisit and try a strategy and see if I can show off. And yeah. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I will see you for some more Pokepath in a little bit. Until then, take care, and as always, bye for now.